middle turret. Which inhibitor will they go towards? The Baron buff, well, that has worn off. So that's going to be up in 2 minutes' time. Dragon's going to go down, and the gold swing continues in Gambit's favor. Just shy of 8,000 gold ahead now. In fact, it's just over 8,000 gold ahead. And Diamond Prox, well, he's continuing to clear out everything in Fnatic's jungle. But Fnatic, look at this. They're making a surge up the mid lane.
They stacked up as 5. They realized that their opponents are a little bit spread out, and they may decide to go for an objective. Baron is only up in 1.5 minutes, so they can't even shove the wave down and then try to rush Baron at this point. The one thing that we did notice when we looked at the gold is that Pekka is 5,000 behind that of Alex right now, which is a very, very big difference. And I believe, of course, it's 3 dragons that have gone to Gambit and only 1 that's gone to Fnatic over the course of the game. So it's something that we see again, that Gambit just seem to have timing and control, and they know how to bully their opponents out of that position. Some items that have been picked up recently. Sona has obviously picked up that Oracle's Elixir, going to be clearing out those wards as per usual. Sunfire Cape there on Zac, so he's got that armor. He's going to be split pushing. He's going to survive any physical attacks that are coming down. And of course the Void Staff there on Kennen as well.
So Edward clears out all of the wards. Pokes it out. Gets his own wards in. And Baron is set up and ready to go for Gambit. First game of the day, of course, was Evil Geniuses. They did go 2-0 over SK Gaming. Apologies if I've just spoiled that for you, but, well, you should have been watching earlier on. 27 seconds on the Baron. And will the first game be Gambit's? Will they be able to secure themselves that first important victory? The confidence boost that it could bring, of course. Fnatic on that blue side, heavily favored by Evil Geniuses, despite the fact they picked up a win on the red earlier on today. We have seen many red wins, and dispelling that myth constantly that blue side is the strongest for both teams.
Take a look at this. Darien almost walked into 2 members of Fnatic. And talking about percentages and numbers, this particular matchup, 55% of the vote felt that Fnatic were going to win it coming into the game. We'll have to double check that vote if the numbers have changed. He goes a little Demacian standard down, gives some vision, and Darien's just like, hey guys, what's up? I'm here.
Dances around it.
Exactly. Rest of Gambit are starting to respond as Baron is up. Very crucially, Alex is positioned off to the side. Fnatic are unaware of it. They have no vision in the tri-bush. And Alex can take anybody he wants out of this game. There's the slingshot being charged. He's hopped in, and let's bounce!
He launches in there, bounces all over Peke. Peke tries to turn his ultimate, hits the Zhonya's hourglass instantly, but a straight repel comes out from Darien, and Genja just melts him down. But soon, moment he lands, flash crescendo comes out from Edward. Chain of corruption back on towards Diamond. Diamond may be able to get dropped there, but he's gaining more health than he's losing. Alex Ich, Guardian Angel's going to get popped, and the rest of Fnatic jumping away, but another bounce comes in from Diamond. This time, he might get sniped out, but his passive should be strong enough. Yellow Star is going to get caught out. The Fangs from Darien pick up the kill, and Gambit now turn and burn. They're going to run straight towards that Baron.
X-Pekka's ultimate did zip 0 and nothing in that fight. He dove into the middle of Gambit. They split up completely, and they took 0 damage from slicing Maelstrom. 2 for 0 in that engagement, and the crescendo only hit 1 person. It only caught Cyanide, but it was just because Fnatic were retreating so quickly that, you know, Edward wasn't able to get in range. Cyanide may be caught out himself.
Caught out there. You can see Diamond jump straight in towards him. He will be able to slide away, but it's going to be this top turret they're going to move straight towards. They have got that Baron buff, of course, the regen coming out. Diamond's just having fun, it looks like.
Yeah, just hopping around, and why not? It's one of the champions that's just, the animations are so crisp and good. This is going to be the 6th tower going down for Gambit. They extend that gold lead to about 14,000 gold now. That's the 2nd Baron of the game. And you got to feel that they are in complete control of this matchup. They've won every single team fight. There is equalizer available, and there it goes.
There's the equalizer. That's going to get the slow on Darien. They may well be able to pick up the exit kill, but Genja is still there. Is it going to be enough to turn it back around? They're going to dive in. Cyanide's going to get dropped, and they're bouncing around. He's catching Peke out. Look how much damage that is coming out just from Diamond Prox there. And Gambit turned this fight straight away back in towards their favor in a 4v3.
4v3, they pick up a kill, and that was Fnatic. They picked a fight. Gambit weren't even sure they wanted it. Deathmark is available for Alex, so that ward is going to reveal him. We'll see if he's going to hop over, but at the time being, he needs some crowd control. He is there on the side, and it doesn't look like he's going in.
Sona, meanwhile, in the form of Edward, is shoving that mid lane. There is a big creep wave from Fnatic pushing along the bottom, but I don't think they're going to be too worried about that one. No, they are finally going to go back and buy, and Edward's going to keep that pressure, keep Fnatic in their base with this wave.
So we'll see how long they can hold off. They've defended 1 Baron buff already. It only cost them a couple of towers. They've already lost towers on this particular Baron buff and kills, and You see the slicing Maelstrom is up. Fnatic looking like they want to pick a fight, but Fickle that's this far ahead, and that has Baron buff and all of the regeneration associated with it.
I think they've bought enough time to get this blue buff. You can see Peke is going to come around. Diamond Prox is already there. Is he going to have enough to just smite it down? He will be able to. You can see the snipe comes in. He does manage to land the smite, and he just jumps away, but the rest of Fnatic are collapsing in around him. He's going to try and let's bounce away from this one, but the rest of Gambit turn back around. Equalizer goes down. Should be enough. His passive goes down, but he's in the middle of a slicing Maelstrom. Peke uses that. Zhonya's hourglass. Cyanide comes across. He's trying to disrupt them. You can see Alex in. Zhonya's comes out from Soaz, but he's going to get launched in. The Fangs come down, and the rest of Gambit closing around them. Enrate is going to see if he can take down Alex Inch, but they can't. And Fnatic are completely melted with a triple kill from Alex Inch. That's going to be the ace and possibly the game.
Gambit were in complete control of that team fight. They didn't even get Zac. They blew everything, but they couldn't find the blubber. They couldn't blow up the chunks. Game 1 of the best of 5 goes to Gambit.
Fantastic, fantastic performance. So, there is first blood in this best of 5 series. 26-13, exactly double the kills. And look at that, you can't keep a good man down. 5-5-7 for Darian after going 1-4-0 in the lane phase. He can turn it around with the help of the rest of his team. 9-5-4 for Alex Inch as well. Peke just couldn't deal with him, unfortunately, on that Zed. Potential bans for future games, of course. This is a best of 5, and we're going to take you through the analysis and the replays here with Joe Miller, Jason Kaplan, and special guest, Crepo.
Thanks a lot, guys. And as Demon said, we are joined by Crepo, who, of course, finished 3rd in the LCS Spring Split in the playoffs. You're a much happier Crepo today than after the loss yesterday against Fnatic, that's for sure.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Different Crepo altogether, that guy. And so talk us through the game here. I mean, Fnatic, obviously, they had a decent start to this one, but Gambit came out on top in the end.
I think we could just say it was a really, really good game to start out. Like, both teams were super confident in what they were doing. They had a passive start, so all 3 cams got taken level 1. Then a lot of pink wards got blown, a lot of aggressive laning phase. No Oracle before like 28 minutes, which showed that both teams were like, well, you can see me. I know that you can see me, but let's just fight it out. And pure skill matchups. All the team fights as well, like, it wasn't a straight engage, it was engage, counter engage again, move out, move in. Everybody was dancing on like the max range of all the abilities, and you could just see that these were like 2 really, really in sync teams and high level play. It was a really good game.
What did you think to the Zac coming out of Gambit there? I mean, Diamond 4-1-12, he ended on Zac.
He turned around a lot of ganks, although initially one time Cyanide with Jarvan caught him in the bottom lane. But like, both junglers were doing a lot of like counter initiation, and it was really every fight that Gambit won was one engaged by Fnatic. So it was like Diamond just did it perfectly. Sometimes he was all in the front alone when his team was just waiting out the Kennen ulti, the Zyra ulti, but he just stayed alive somehow. He managed.
We saw in that last fight. I mean, they just could not kill him. Like, they killed him the first time, but they could not get the blobules down.
They can't.
And you got to kill him, and then you've got to kill him. That's the problem.
And we talked about Zac, but what'd you think of the Kennen?
I think the Kennen was an okay pick, and it works. Like, Kennen synergizes well with Zyra. If you manage to get the knock-up, and then the Kennen ulti has time to pentastun in theory, and Rumble can come through that. But Gambit just played it so strong. They just danced at the maximum range of the abilities. They had they had the 3 abilities that could just go in. Like, Elise can repel, and the Zac can jump in, and Alex as well. They can actually ignore the Zyra ulti, and then every time they did come close to getting the ultis off, then Crescendo came in there and just stopped everybody in their tracks, and just made long enough, and then they ran into a bullet time, and Genja just swept them up.
And you mentioned, dancing on the edge of the abilities, and just going for the fight, then the counter fight, and all of that. We actually do have a replay, and it actually shows that exactly. It's about 22 minutes in. It's a dragon fight, 10-7 in favor of Fnatic. Like, they're up at this point, 31.8 thousand gold to 29.8 thousand. And you wanted to show us here something specific, and can you kind of walk us through it as we get the replay on your screen?
It's one of the many replays you can see, but it just shows how high level these teams are. If you could, like, Diamond's attempting the Drake here. Fnatic's coming in to stop it. Jarvan will jump over the wall. If you just roll, you can see what's happening. Like, they're going in, and it's more like it's split up in 2 parts of the fight. Like, one, they want to engage on the mast that's on the right side, but then Cyanide comes in. He's going to go for the Drake. Diamond's going to go 1-for-1 for Smite. Now Edward's going to stop all the other guys from walking in while they want to engage. They catch Edward, and you think Edward's going to blow up. Now Genja dances on the max range. Alex, Darian as well, walk out of Zyra ulti, walk out of Rumble ulti. Edward stops them in the tracks with Crescendo. Meanwhile, the 2 junglers are 1v1ing in the pit, and now it's like, okay, Fnatic thinks they're ahead. They walk up, and when they later on, Cyanide's going to walk up just a little too far, and you can just see 5 members for Fnatic, 3 for Gambit, and they punish him. They punish him right there, like, so hard. Counter initiate by Diamond. Darien follows up, Genja bullet time, not needed, but would have picked up Cyanide, and it just shows you that even when they think like they're outnumbered, they just know exactly when to turn around, when not. They dance in the maximum range, and they say like, now go. And there's not even time to call that. That's just pure synergy. You don't have time to say like, Diamond, I want you to jump in, or I'm going back in. No, they see somebody just a little overextended, and they punish him every time.
And we have to note there at the end, there was a grasping root which caught 2 of them, which if that had not have landed, that could have been even worse for Fnatic at the end of that.
Because Alex still had ulti. He saved it. Like, they didn't even need it. They take the fight so slow that it's so deceptive, but what abilities they actually have at the end. But yeah, really, really good fights.
And you got to give credit to Edward. I mean, you mentioned him. He was blocking him off because of that crescendo, and then he hit a 4-man crescendo on a Fnatic, just locked him down. It made it so he didn't blow up, and he was able to escape. That was just, like you said, just so well played by Gambit.
Yeah, ball in as well. One time they caught him. You think he's dead? No,
right.
No,
yeah, we were watching that.
Zyra ulti takes 2 seconds to pop up. You know, it also takes 2 seconds to to do his damage. Bullet time, crescendo, bullet time, and Rated was gone. And then I think Varus escaped like by the skin of his teeth. So like both trades were like, oh, I got caught. No, I'm not running. I'm just going to kill you. Like, such high-level play. Especially, I like the build on Sona as well. He didn't go for the GP10s. He just went for the raw ward power. Mobility boots, I think, with the captain enchantment, if I was pointed at. Yeah, it was all in favor for his team. He had one job.
Yeah,